HarperCollins presents Outback, the Desmond Bagley Centenary thriller, written and read by Michael Davies. Author's Note: I have something of a complicated relationship with Bill Kemp. I've now lived with him through 2 adventures, spread across the globe and almost 5 years, and he's been an entertaining companion. Described by Geoffrey Deaver as part James Bond, part Philip Marlowe, and all hero, he certainly gets himself into some interesting scrapes, and it's been a delight to bring a few more of them into the light for your enjoyment. And yet, he doesn't quite belong to me. Bill Kemp, albeit under a different name, was the creation of Desmond Bagley, one of the world's best-loved thriller writers through the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. He initially appeared in Domino Island, a novel whose first draft was discovered in the archives 35 years after Bagley's death, and which was finally delivered to an excited public by his long-standing publishers HarperCollins in 2019. I had the privilege of editing, redrafting, and polishing that early manuscript. We ended up calling it curating, and that was how I came to know and cherish Bill Kemp. I'd known and cherished Desmond Bagley a lot longer than that. My older brother Patrick reminds me that it was a teacher at school, Paul Wickham, who first introduced us to the thrills and spills of Bagley's novels. Running Blind, The Tightrope Men, and The Enemy were particular favourites. When the opportunity arose to find ways of celebrating the centenary of Bagley's birth, I immediately knew that there was more to Bill Kemp that could be explored. His natural resourcefulness, military background, and sheer bloody-mindedness made him an ideal candidate for putting through the ringer in a new, original story that would aim not to mimic Bagley, but to pay modest tribute to the master and his legacy, 16 novels over a period of 18 years, until his early death aged just 59 in 1983. The project would never have come to fruition without the support, encouragement, and hard work of a number of people. Foremost in that group comes David Braun, estate's publisher at HarperCollins, who has nurtured the memory of Desmond Bagley, not least by keeping all his books in print, while juggling other behemoths such as J.R.R. Tolkien, Agatha Christie, and Alistair MacLean. David's assiduous care of Bagley's literary legacy is a mark both of his professional excellence and of his love of the work, and I suspect his deceased authors owe him just as much a debt as this living one does. David was kind enough to bestow upon me the wonderful editor Sophia Schopfer, whose perspicacity and attention to detail have contributed considerably to the finished novel. Along the way, the ever-generous Paul Campbell offered terrific advice, while another keeper of the Bagley flame, Nigel Aylfounder, has always been on hand with an encouraging word. I urge you to pay a visit to his highly informative website at desmondbagley.blogspot.com, as well as Philip Eastwood's comprehensive biographical one, thebagleybrief.com. Outside the publishing world, I was lucky enough to enjoy a brief but joyous correspondence with Bagley's widow Joan before her own death in 1999. Fortunately for me, Joan's sister Licia and her husband Peter have in the years since made me feel a very welcome part of the Bagley story, and theirs is a friendship I continue to cherish. Their love and inspiration have been major factors in my ongoing Bagley obsession, and I hope they will feel I have done the family justice with my tribute. There is, of course, another person without whom this novel would never have happened. For Desmond Bagley, known to friends and family as Simon for reasons unclear, his wife Joan provided an intellectual sounding board, a safe space in which to play with his stories, and an invaluable first-read editor. Indeed, she herself prepared 2 of his manuscripts for posthumous publication. I have been blessed with my own equivalent,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?